lot of nuts!
When I say the name Lizzo, what do you guys think of? Do you guys think of the 13 Grammy-nominated pop and R&B artist Lizzo? Or do you think of this woman who cut a hole in the back of her t-shirt so she could show off her ass as she twerked at a Lakers NBA game and was subsequently banned from all future Lakers games because of it? Would you believe that is the same Lizzo? It is not the woman who ran with a bucket of chicken in the movie Precious. I have been told that is a different person.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Fat bitches need to shut up, bro. I'm not gonna, like, it be a lot of the fat hoes talking. You fat bitches need to shut the fuck up. On God.
This is completely unrelated to the Lizzo story, but I saw this gif of like this fish pogging and it's captioned for eel on cod, no carp. And I've been saying this nonstop for like the last 3 weeks. I just wanted to share that with you guys. For eel? Naturally, when I heard that one of the biggest pop singers in the history of music, and yes, I did do that on purpose, was fat shaming her backup dancers, there was far too much irony for me to ignore it in this YouTube video. So I decided to do my due diligence and research, by which I mean Googling it and clicking on the first link. In this situation, it was an article written by Vox.com, and as I was scrolling through it, I noticed the person who wrote this article going by the name of Lizzo. You think I'm stupid, Lizzo? You out here writing articles about yourself? You're too big to be sneaky. Today's episode was made possible by sponsors like Into the AM and viewers like you. Before we get into the full video, I want to give a big shout out to today's video sponsor, Into the AM. You guys should already know them well and good. They've been a long-time sponsor of the channel at this point. Into the AM is based out of California. They are a collective of creatives who wanted to be able to create a product that allows you to express yourself through your clothing. If you take a look at some of the stuff that they've got on their website, they are right up my alley, and I'm sure they'll be right up yours. I have gotten compliments at Starbucks. I have gotten compliments at the gas station. I've gotten compliments at Starbucks again. I really only go to 2 places when I leave the house. Every single time saying, Sumeto, that's a sick shirt you've got going on. And I say thank you, and also, how do you know my name? You can get an extra 10% off of whatever you order on top of what the promos they have at the moment with discount code Sumeto or clicking the link in the description and the pinned comment below. Not only can you save yourself some cheddar, but you're also helping support the channel. They just launched vintage tees that are 100% cotton and pre-shrunk for you, and their entire selection's more than just graphic t-shirts. Don't let the fact that I'm always wearing them distract you from the fact that they have hats, socks, probably more hats. Big shout out to Into the AM. Go get yourself some clothes with discount code Sumeto. Let's get back into the video. Transition. So what is the story? What are the headlines that are leading to people pointing at Lizzo like the Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man memes? Why are big women making fun of big women? And why is the biggest woman trying to make a big deal out of not making a big deal out of big women calling other women big? Yeah, good luck figuring that sentence out. So long story short, Lizzo, who, all jokes aside, has been like a very prominent musical artist, pop artist. She's a very big woman and has been advocating for like body positivity. You know, she's very big women can also be attractive to people, and you're not big on the inside, or I don't really know, but like she's fat and she wants to make it clear that it doesn't bother her that she's fat. And she's had a few dancers of hers that are now suing her because of basically like unsafe work environment sort of things. It's been everything from like 12-hour rehearsals, and they would be fired if they didn't meet her quota. Like they were already her dancers, and she would make them re-audition for like 12 hours straight, and if she wasn't happy with it, they just weren't her dancers anymore. I don't know how backup dancers work. I'm assuming that's not normal for the industry. I don't know. I don't have any backup dancers. But like, if anybody wants to, I mean, like, I'll hold auditions. Accused of firing dancers for challenging her claim that the group was drinking before performances, which means she was calling her dancers drunk, and one of them said, "We're not drunk," and then she fired them. Accused of making thinly veiled comments relating to a dancer's weight gain, and this is the thing that everybody has tuned into, because if you have ever seen Lizzo before, what?
Hey, fat people.
Accused of coercing a dancer into touching a woman's breast at a strip club despite the dancer opposing, and accused of inviting her dancers to a nude cabaret bar without disclosing the specifics of the performance. That just sounds like your backup dancers are a bunch of fucking losers. Who gets upset at your boss telling you to grab titties? Here's the thing that I feel like is being completely underrepresented in this. her lead dance captain, Shirlene Quigley, which is definitely a fake name, by the way. There's no way that's a real person. She was accused of trying to convert the dancers to her religion, which I can only assume is Buddhism. Accused of scolding her dancers for having premarital sex. Now that just seems stupid. Be accused of discussing masturbation and sexual fantasies with the group. Like, I can already tell you from the fact that she had her whole ass out at that NBA game that one's definitely true. But how are you gonna do all of that and then be accused of scolding the dancers for having premarital sex? Like, what? Are you drunk? Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have accused you of being drunk. God forbid I get kicked out of the dance group for it.
Ass real fat, I can make it fatter. Wanna see a magic trick? Here go a salad. You big fat ass bitch. You meat to meat. All you do is eat the...
Can you imagine getting kicked off of Lizzo's dance team for gaining weight? Hey, how come Lizzo didn't want you dancing for her no more? Oh, she said I was fat. With a straight face? I'ma be real, I would've sued her too. When Lizzo inevitably has to put out a bad apology for this, do you think she'll do it while playing the flute Colleen Ballinger style? AI technology has gotten scary far in the last couple of minutes, probably at this point. It's progressing extremely quickly. If I had to describe artificial intelligence in 2 letters, I would say it's smart, sort of. I wish there was a better way to describe it. Sure, you could use it to basically rewrite all of Shakespeare, automatically generate brand new pieces of art using older pieces of art, write a TV show for you, basically develop a game or a 24-hour live stream anime that's on Twitch and only has like 15 average viewers for some reason. But what I think is the coolest use of artificial intelligence is when you can take video game characters and make them sing songs. Now listen, I understand it, like, it might seem like I'm late to the party, okay? It was what, like months ago when people were making like Kanye West voices using AI to make them sing other people's songs and put Drake features on songs that never had Drake features. I get that. And I understand that, like, in its own way, that technology is incredible. But that didn't really get me excited. Oh, rappers are rapping and they can sound like other rappers? Yeah, I think we understood that when mumble rap became a thing. But for some reason, hearing Patrick and SpongeBob do Shaggy's It Wasn't Me, that's when I was like, oh, this AI tech is going sicko mode. You can find most of these AI covers by just looking up hashtag AI cover on TikTok or even on YouTube. Frank Sinatra is very popular with doing modern hits. I guess his voice is relatively easy to reproduce with AI or something, but I really dig the SpongeBob ones because their voices are so iconic. Sandy Cheeks doing Carrie Underwood, it's a little too good.
Right now, he's probably so dancing with a beach blonde tramp, and she's probably getting dressed, Right now, he's probably buying her some fruity little drink, cause she can't shoot a West,
Obviously, both my sense of comedy and my taste in music has not progressed since I graduated high school, so naturally, when I found Eric Cartman and Butterscotch doing a cover of In the End by Linkin Park, my fucking balls exploded.
Watch your time throw right out the window, Ryan a whole thought, didn't even know or wasted it all, just for watch you go. I kept everything inside, didn't even know I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time I tried so hard.
Is a Barbie movie with Ryan Gosling? Reynolds? Ryan Trahan? Who's the actor? You might say that Oppenheimer, double featuring with Barbie, is the greatest collaboration in modern history. I would argue it's Eminem and Eric Cartman.
It is coming at you with supersonic speed. Summa-lama, you're assuming I'm a human. What I gotta do to get it through you? I'm superhuman, innovative, and I made a rubber so that anything you say is ricocheting off of me and it'll I'm devastating, more than ever demonstrating how to give a motherfucking audience a feeling like it's devastating, never fading. And I know the haters are forever waiting for the day that they can see I fell off. They'll be celebrating cause I know the way to get them motivated.
Transition. So there's this zoo in China that's being... I can't with this story. There's a zoo in China that is being accused of trying to mislead its zoo goers by proposing that one of its sun bears is actually just a dude in a costume. And I was like, that's ridiculous. Like, what is Chinese social media making these wild accusations? Why would you even do that? And then I saw these pictures and I thought, that is definitely a guy in a bear costume. China must think I'm stupid. Listen, I'm not like a bearologist, but I've seen We Bare Bears, and that's not one of them. That's a guy in a costume. I guess like a representative of the zoo or whatever made a response to these claims that apparently it's just one of them. They're not saying that they don't have any sun bears. They're just claiming that this one in particular, and I really do see their point, is just a guy in a costume. And one of the representatives from the zoo responded to either social media or the press by saying it can't be a guy in a bear costume because it's 40 degrees Celsius, like 100 degrees out here. You can't put fur on in 100 degrees. The guy would just die if that was a guy in a bear costume, which to me says that they're playing to their numbers. You're telling me China doesn't have enough people to just let them die in bear costumes to convince you that they have sun bears? I'm not convinced. I think they would make that sacrifice. What I think is funny is that this is a real bear. This is just what these bears look like. The guy in the video even says the only people making this claim are people who don't know what sun bears look like. And I'll be the first one to fucking tell you, I didn't realize there were real bears that look like a dude in a bear costume. You remember that episode of SpongeBob where like they were trying to scare Sandy with a gorilla costume and it turned out to be Patrick in the gorilla costume, but then Patrick was like eating ice cream off to the side and then they were like, who's in the gorilla costume? And it's Patrick in the gorilla costume and they were like, okay, well, who's the Patrick eating the ice cream? And that was a real gorilla, but even that real gorilla was just a human in a gorilla costume anyway, I watched the SpongeBob skin theory video again, and now it's all up in my head. My point is, what if the guy in this sun bear costume is just a less rare bear? What if they have like a panda are pandas less rare? What if a panda is on stilts pretending to be a sun bear? There's no way that would be easier, actually.
Transition.
Every 4 years, somebody on Twitter will think they're the cleverest dude in the world, and every time they'll tweet something along the lines of, man, the Olympics is great, but they should really just throw in one regular guy into every one of these sports so we can really see how good these guys are. Well, it happened. Evidently, the great country of Somalia introduced a runner that was completely untrained into I don't know if it's the Olympics, but it's some sort of competitive race between countries. And this girl who is running, representing Somalia in an official race, is the niece of the Athletic Federation director, which evidently, according to Twitter, is the only connection she could possibly have to get into this race, because God knows she did not get there for running fast. What did you think was gonna happen, huh? Your fucking uncle becomes the lead athletic division director or whatever of the entire country, and you think, oh, that's gonna let me into the what did you think was gonna happen when they actually let you run? You got through everybody else who did all this training, and you got, what's the word I'm looking for? Nepotismed in to a race? Like this, what? This feels like something Donald Trump would do. This feels like something Donald Trump would do, and then try and convince you that like coming in last is basically coming in first. Transition. So the internet's been going crazy over this AI generated image of a rat in a suit. Maybe it's a mouse, I don't know, but I can tell it's AI generated because his fucking hands don't look right. Now, the image on its own is, I don't know, a rat, you know what I mean? But then people started to give it context, personality, started to bring it to life a little bit. Who is this rat? What does he sound like? Does he manage a local, I don't know, franchise restaurant perhaps? Of course! He's the manager at a cheesecake factory. And so lately I've been going, hey, welcome to the Cheesecake Factory. How we doing with the breadsticks over here? Let me know if you need any cheese. And I picture this guy, dubbed Mr. Cheddar, and nothing has brought me more serotonin other than the SpongeBob AI covers.
Next meme.
I found this clip on Twitter that is evidently a traditional dance from the country of Bavaria, and it is the goofiest shit I have ever seen in my life. Can you imagine you're at the bar and you see a girl that you think you might be into? So you lean over to your boy and you're like, yo man, I think I'm gonna ask you to dance. Can you back me up? And he goes, oh da, I'm from Bavaria. I will hype you up. And then you look back at him right as you're about to buy her a drink and he's just fucking. Well, my fucking hands are burning from doing that last bit, so I'm going to call it there. Thank you so much for making it to the end of yet another episode of whatever this show was called anymore. Big shout out to the Patreon boys. Thank you so much for funding this YouTube channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Remember to check out Into the AM. Use discount code SUMETO to get yourself 10% off your entire order and get some sick-ass gear. I will catch you guys on the next episode. Bisu.